Good morning, sir. Your voice is not coming, sir. Now I can hear you.
I would say the whole, at least the religious point of view, right? I imagine most of you, since I think everyone up in the chatting area would say they're not religious. I think most of you would agree that you've seen many religious people who, at least my feeling is, many of them are religious out of fear, not necessarily just out of like, oh, hey, I really believe this, but it's just the fear of like, hey, like, I've been scared enough to believe that it might be real, that I'm going to take hold of this and believe in it so that hopefully I get saved if I do die and this is real. And yeah, go ahead. I never really mentioned my name. I thought I felt like, yeah.
You hear what I'm listening to? But you won't understand.
Good morning, sir.
Maybe. Good morning, everybody. The audio was not very clear that I was playing, right?
Yes, right.
And they were discussing the existence of God. Now, yesterday's exercise that I didn't check fully, exercise 4. Yesterday, we practiced the past tense of be, were, was, and were, and we have some exercises here. Let's check. So we see a boy and a girl in the picture. Please come in. Good morning. We see a boy and a girl in the picture, and they're having a conversation. And we have to complete this conversation. So one of them says, were you at Charlotte's party last Saturday? When was Charlotte's party? When was Charlotte's party?
Last Saturday.
It was yesterday.
It
No,
was
not yesterday. Last Saturday. It was
last Saturday.
I don't
last
know,
Saturday.
sir.
Okay. Were you at Charlotte's party last Saturday? A asks. B replies, yeah, I was.
I was.
Who was at Charlotte's party, A or B? Who was at Charlotte's party, A or B?
B.
B was at Charlotte's party, right? I don't know why my students were quiet. Why were they quiet? They didn't understand what to say. They didn't understand my question. I said, who was at Charlotte's party? A or B?
A.
A.
Okay. Confusion, huh? Faizan?
No,
B
sir.
was
No
at Charlotte's
confusion.
party. B was at Charlotte's party. A says, number 3, was it good? Was the party good? Was it good? Now, what do you think? A is asking this question, right? Was it good? It means we can say that A was not present at Charlotte's party. A was not at Charlotte's party, right, guys? A asked, were you at Charlotte's party last Saturday? B said, yes, I was. A asked another question. Was it good? B replied, well, it was okay. Then A has another question. What's the question? What's the question?
Were there
Were
many people?
many people.
Were there many people? Were there many people?
Yes.
So when you say were there many people, you
There
know,
were
you
many.
realize now you become sure A was not at Charlottesville. Okay, Faizan, you got to mute yourself because I can hear my own echo. Now it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So A was not present at Charlotte's party. Oh, again, I hear my echo. Are you turning on the speaker or something? Don't
Wait.
turn on the speaker. Were there many people? You understand the sentence, the meaning of the sentence? Number 5, were there many people? Were there many people? Means A is asking, बहुत से लोग आए थे क्या पार्टी में? Were there many people? We reply, yeah, there were. Yes, there were. Full stop. Hundreds. A asked another question. Was Sophie there? Sophie भी आई थी क्या? Was Sophie there? Sophie भी थी वहां. Was Sophie there? Sophie थी पार्टी में? No. Come on, everybody. No, she wasn't.
No, she
Good
wasn't.
morning.
Wasn't.
No, she wasn't. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Was Sophie there? No, she wasn't.
She wasn't.
Number 9.
Why wasn't he there?
Why was you there?
कौन पूछ रहा है ये लाइन? देखो
We
एक क्या है, एक बात बता देता हूँ, ठीक है, बिफोर वी गो फर्दर. मुझे कुछ चीजों से बड़ी परेशानी है. मैं इंग्लिश सिखाना चाहता हूँ, बुद्धिमान बनाना नहीं चाहता आपको. क्या समझे? आपकी जितनी बुद्धि है मैं उसमें ऐड करने की कोशिश नहीं करूंगा, क्योंकि मैंने अगर बुद्धि डालने की कोशिश की तो आप मुझसे नफरत करने लगोगे. You will start to hate me if I try to give you wisdom. तो मेरे जॉब को मेरे जॉब तक रहने दो. What is my job? To teach you English. तो सबसे पहले अजहर मैं आपसे बात करता हूँ. अब तक बातचीत से क्या पता चला आपको? किन दो लोगों के बीच बातचीत हो रही है? किन दो लोगों के बीच बातचीत हो रही है? क्या उसमें क्या जाना आपने? इतनी बातचीत में क्या क्या जाना? कौन था पार्टी में, कौन नहीं था? अच्छा ठीक है. और ए और बी में कौन था कौन नहीं था, कि दोनों थे? पक्का पता चल गया? फिर सवाल क्या पूछा आपने नंबर 9 में? नंबर 9 फिर से बोलिए, इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? कौन पूछ रहा है, क्या पूछ रहा है, इसका क्या मतलब है? हमारे कुछ स्टूडेंट्स एक लाइन से दूसरे लाइन को कनेक्ट करने की क्षमता नहीं रखते, वो एक लाइन की इंग्लिश सीखेंगे. तुम काहे नहीं आए थे? सवाल ये नहीं था कि तुम वहां क्यों नहीं थे. ऐसे नॉर्मली बोलते तुम काहे नहीं थे, तुम काहे नहीं आए थे पार्टिया में, क्योंकि ए नहीं आया था ना. तो अजहर ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. सब कुछ पता है, ए नहीं था, फिर भी सवाल क्या पूछ रहे हो? व्हाई वर यू देयर, व्हाई वर यू देयर. इसका क्या मतलब निकलता है? हिंदी भी बता रहे हो, मतलब कोई कनेक्शन नहीं बना रहे थे. फिर जैसे मैंने कहा कि ऐसी गलतियों के लिए कोई माफी नहीं है. ओके, अनपार्डनेबल मिस्टेक है ये, इनकी माफी नहीं होती. आपको खुद अपने आप को करेक्ट करना. मैं कुछ माफ नहीं कर सकता यहाँ पे, क्या हो गया जैसे मेरे मुंह से नहीं निकलेगा. नहीं, आप अपने दिमाग से लापरवाह है. यू आर नॉट यूजिंग योर माइंड, क्योंकि आप सब बोल रहे हो, बस यही है. आप एक लाइन का इंग्लिश पढ़ोगे कि इसमें वॉज लगा देते हो। तो पहली बात, यू के साथ हम लोग वॉज लगाते हैं कि वर।
Was.
सिमरन बेटा, वॉजंट कैसे बोला आपने? सिमरन, व्हाई डिड यू से वॉजंट?
Where, sir?
हाँ, नंबर 9।
Yes, sir. I said, why wasn't you there? Oh,
Is
sorry.
it correct
Why
English?
weren't you there? Sorry.
Yeah. Everybody, we do not use was with you. We use were
Was.
with you. Okay? Just like in English, in the present, we use are with you. You are. In the past, we say you were. Negative, you weren't. So
Were.
in number 9, the question should be why.
Why weren't you there?
अगर ऊपर से चल रहा है, बातचीत समझ रहे होते तो was you बोल ही नहीं सकते। आपने बातचीत को वैल्यू नहीं किया, ऊपर से बातचीत चल रही है। आपकी हिंदी में भी ये बातचीत होती है, ऐसी बातचीत होती है। अरे गए थे तुम शायद के पार्टी में सैटरडे को? हाँ गए थे ना, मजेदार, ठीक ठाक था। हाँ ठीक था, पार्टी ठीक था। बहुत लोग आए थे का? हाँ ढेर से लोग, 100 से ज्यादा लोग आए थे। सोफी भी आई थी? हाँ सोफी थी ना। तुम क्या नहीं आते रे? पलट के ना पूछेंगे। लेकिन अजहर को ये सिंपल बातचीत की समझ नहीं। अजहर एक्सप्लेन करे अपनी गलती, क्या चला? और अजहर आप अकेले नहीं हो, और भी लोग हैं चुप हैं, वो चुप हैं, बट दे आर ऑल एट फॉल्ट। जिसने भी नेगेटिव नहीं किया ना, they are just not using their mind, that's all. Because the conversation, if you follow the conversation from the beginning, one person is asking question about the party and the other person is answering question. Clearly one person was not present at the party, that's why he wants information. Were there many people? Was the party good? Was Sophie there? Now finally B is asking, तुम काहे नहीं आए थे भाई? तो ये हिंदी में अगर कोई ऐसा बोले तो उसको क्या कहेंगे? तुम काहे थे? इतना सब बोलने के बाद ये पूछा, पार्टी में गए थे शार्लेट के? हाँ गए थे। मजेदार था? हाँ ठीक ठाक था। बहुत सारे लोग आए थे? हाँ 100 से ज्यादा लोग आए थे। सोफी आई थी? हाँ आई थी। तुम क्यों आए थे? ये कोई सवाल बनेगा? लेकिन तुम तो बना दिए भाई। तो ये जो खाली जगह है इसको भरें। आई ऑलवेज से दिस दैट मेनली। बेटा बताओ, ये दस सर, व्हाट डिड यू राइट इन नंबर 9? या हाँ वो ठीक है, wasn't सिमरन की गलती, आई विल अंडरस्टैंड, इंग्लिश की गलती है, राइट? तुमने wasn't बोला, आई हैव टू टेल यू दैट विद यू वी यूज were not was, so that was a small mistake. But this positive question is like unpardonable mistake. पॉजिटिव सवाल कैसे आया वहां पे तुम्हारे दिमाग में? इसका मतलब तुम फॉलो नहीं कर रहे हो क्या हो रहा है। Two people meet, X and Y. X is asking question after question after question about the party. It means X was not present at the party. तो Y के पास क्या सवाल है कि तुम काहे नहीं आए थे? Why weren't you there? लेकिन सवाल कोई बना रहे पॉजिटिव, why were you there? और ये पहली बार नहीं है और आखिरी बार नहीं है। In every class, a lot of people make this mistake. Why? Why? Because their problem is they read one line, when they read the next line, they don't remember what they read before. This is the biggest problem. If you are reading a story, 4 lines you have already read, the 5th line you're reading, then you remember what you read, 4 lines, right? Because the 5th line is connected. So it's a conversation between A and B. Please, don't you have a chair? Take this one. Okay, there is one. Yes, sir, there is one. I was waiting for number 9 only. Okay, so be more focused, be more involved, and then you will see that you will not make such mistakes. Connect what you're saying with, you know, those people who write, why were you there? Faizan, your mic is being noisy. Yeah. Why were you there? Those people who write, why were you there or why was you there? They just did not follow the conversation from the top. If you follow means you understand now. Samajhna. If you understand what's going on, then you cannot make this mistake. हाँ, आप वो गलती कर सकते हो जो सिमरन ने किया. सिमरन ने कह दिया why weren't you there? उसने क्या कहा? Why wasn't you there? That's okay. वो गलती इंग्लिश की, यू के साथ was नहीं लगता, इंग्लिश में यू के साथ word लगता. So that's an English language mistake, not a big deal. वो तो that I have to tell you. Okay, but negative she used. Tasif used the negative. Yes, why weren't you there? Very good. Now moving on. Then A replies. और उसके बाद तुमने पढ़ा भी ना, एक आंसर भी पढ़ा ना, क्या लिखा है A ने? Well, I couldn't go. फिर भी तुमने नहीं समझा कि बात में कोई कनेक्शन नहीं है. जब दो लोग कोई भी स्टूडेंट कनेक्शन नहीं देख पाता ना बातचीत में, तो वो बहुत ज्यादा मुश्किल में. It's लापरवाह practice, okay? Well, I couldn't go to Charlotte's party because I was at Dave's party. It was great. Oh, lucky you. Oh, lucky you. Learn the expression. Oh, lucky you. Papa gave me a bike for my birthday. Wow, lucky you. Okay, I got my admission in that school. Wow, lucky you. So when something good happened with somebody and you think they were lucky, you say, wow, lucky you. Now, I hope you guys have understood. This was a very easy conversation, not very difficult at all. Now, could and couldn't, when I was young. Complete the sentences with could or couldn't. You know, could and couldn't, both are the past form of can.
Okay.
Could is the positive form, couldn't is the negative form. Number one, I could walk when I was 1, but I couldn't talk until I was 3. In Hindi we will say, हाँ, लेकिन नहीं, you got it wrong. Yesterday you didn't revise the lesson. Yesterday I taught you. मतलब बोलना शुरू किया 3 साल की उम्र में. All right. Yesterday I gave you a sentence. I could read when I was just 5. Remember? Yesterday's sentence. I could read when I was just 5. But my sister couldn't read until she was 7. तो मैंने तो 5 साल में शुरू कर दिया था, लेकिन मेरी बहन को 7 साल में आया पढ़ना. So it's a similar sentence. I could walk when I was 1, but I couldn't talk until I was 3. चलना तो मुझे 1 साल में आ गया था. बोलना 3 साल में आया. I could walk when I was 1, but I couldn't talk until I was 3. 2. How old were you when you could get dressed? How old were you when you could get dressed? कपड़े पहनना कितने उम्र में आया था तुम? Right? When you were a very young child, 1 or 2 years old, you couldn't get dressed, right? Your mom dressed you. Right? You couldn't get dressed. But when you became 4, 5, 6, you started buttoning your shirt, pulling your pants up, things like those, right? Get dressed. How old were you when you could get dressed? Number 3. My daughter
couldn't feed
herself until she was 4. I don't think it is very late. The person is saying my daughter couldn't feed herself until she was 4. मेरी बेटी को 4 साल में खुद से खाना आया. नहीं, फिर नहीं, आप लोग नेगेटिव देख के नहीं बोल देते हो. अरे उसको 4 साल में आया. वो बताना चाह रहा है कि मेरी बेटी को 4 साल में खाना आया. उसके हिसाब से देर से आया कि जल्दी आया? अगर उसके हिसाब से जल्दी होता तो कैसे बोलता इसी बात को?
My daughter could feed herself when she was 4.
बात यही है. अगर उसको लगता है ये जल्दी है तो वो बोलता my daughter could feed herself when she was just 4. But because he thinks कि 4 साल देर से है, उसके पहले आ जाना चाहिए था, she couldn't feed herself until she was 4. Please understand. Because this person thinks that her daughter started feeding herself late. उसके हिसाब से 3 में हो जाना चाहिए था, 2.5 में हो जाना चाहिए, right? But he's saying my daughter couldn't feed herself until she was 4. So it's about your intention. If you think time पे हुआ है, so you use the positive sentence with when. But when you think late हुआ, then you use the negative sentence with until. हमने 18 साल में मैट्रिक पास किया. I couldn't pass matric. आप चाहो तो didn't भी बोलो, no problem. I didn't pass matric until I was 18. और कोई बोल रहा है हम तो 15 साल में पास कर गए. I passed matric when I was just 15. So here it's not about the time पास किया कि नहीं किया, दोनों ने पास किया, लेकिन एक की नजर में जल्दी, एक की नजर में देर. तो if I want to say हम ना 3 साल में चलना शुरू किए थे, तो हम मेरे टोन से क्या पता चल रहा है? I'm talking about being late or being on time. Because I said हम 3 साल में चलना शुरू किए. Then how would I translate it? I couldn't walk. I will say I couldn't walk until I was 3. And now tone changes. हम 3 साल की उम्र में चलना सीख गए थे. I could walk when I was just 3. So if I think it's about how I feel about the time. I told you yesterday, I couldn't ride a bike, motorbike, until I was 28 because मुझे पता मैं देर से मैंने बाइक चलाना शुरू किया. So that's why I use this one. I feel that it was very late. You guys started when you were 15, 16, 18, right? 13. I couldn't ride a bike until I was 28. And you could ride a bike when you were only 13, 15, 18, 16, right? So it's not about nahi chala sakte the ya chala sakte. No, it's about how I feel about the time. A lot of Hindi speakers and even Padma, who doesn't speak Hindi but speaks, Telugu, even she will think because the sentence is negative, so the person is saying, I couldn't do it. No, no, no. The person is saying, did it, but late. Please understand. Okay, there is a certain time to start school. Like normally children start school when they are 5, they are 6, they're 4, they're 3. This is the right time to start school. Now, suppose somebody first went to school when they were 10 years old. They started school on time or late? So
late.
if they want to talk about it, कि पता है हमने 10 साल की उम्र में स्कूल शुरू किए थे. I didn't go to school until I was 10. अगर उसको ऐसा फील नहीं कराना, उसको बोलना हम 10 साल की उम्र में गए थे, वो ये नहीं दिखाना चाहता कि लेट से गए थे. You will say I went to school when I was 10. I went to school when I was 10. No delay. उसके मन में नहीं चल रहा कि लेट था. But if he wants to show that उसने देर से किया, if he wants to show that he was late, then he would say, I didn't start school until I was 10. Now, sometimes you give people money, you lend people money. When they request you, they say, hey, bhai, I need 200 rupees, I need 500 rupees, I need 10,000 rupees. I will pay you next week, I will pay you tomorrow, things like this. And you trust and you give them money. Okay, 1 week passes, 2 week passes, and they don't pay back. Then you go and you talk to them. Bhai, you said you would pay me, right? He says, yeah, I will pay you tomorrow. Again, he doesn't pay. 1 week passes. Again, you ask him, what happened? And he finally gives you the money. He finally gives you the money. But you have a very negative impression, huh? Because he said he promised to give you within a week or something, and he didn't. So one day, somebody else talks about that guy, that he is asking me for money. You say, no. I lent him 5,000 rupees. He didn't pay me back until I asked him 5 times. You give this feedback to that friend. No, don't lend him money. You know, he didn't pay me back until I asked him 5 times. तब तक आप 5 बार मांगे तब जाके दिया, ये आप बताना चाह रहे हैं ना उसको? ना पैसा मत देना उसको, 5 बार मांगे थे तब जाके पैसा दिया था वापस. He didn't pay me back until I asked him for 5 times. So I hope you understand this negative sentence, and until show delay. Everybody understands? Here there is an intention, not just words. People who do not know English very well, those who translate, they will translate with a negative sentence only because the sentence in English is negative. But I'm not asking you to translate it in a Hindi negative sentence. Just stay in positive, but bring the right tone. My daughter couldn't feed herself until she was 4. मेरी बेटी ने 4 साल में खुद से खाना खाना शुरू की. She couldn't feed herself until she was 4. I couldn't talk until I was 3. हमने 3 साल में बोलना शुरू किया, which is late in my opinion. इसीलिए मैंने negative use कर दिया. I couldn't talk until I was 3. Number 4. I couldn't sleep last night. I couldn't. Why? My neighbor's TV was so loud. My neighbor's TV was so loud. I couldn't sleep last night. My neighbor's TV was so loud. Number 5.
I couldn't find
I
you
couldn't
yesterday.
find you yesterday. Where were you? तुम ढूंढ रहे थे, मिले नहीं तुम. I couldn't find you yesterday. I couldn't. Where were you?
Where were you?
Easy sentence? You use such sentences in day-to-day life, guys? Okay. 6. When I was 5, I could speak English and Russian. When I was 5, I could speak English and Russian. 5 साल में हमको आ गया था English बोलना और Russian बोलना. I could speak English and Russian. Then somebody else asked, दूसरा आदमी पूछता है, okay? Could you read English and Russian as well? पढ़ना भी आ गया था, बोलना आया था तो ठीक है. Could you read English and Russian as well? As well means too, okay? As well means T-O-O-2. Could you read English and Russian too? मतलब आपको पढ़ना बोलना तो आ गया था, पढ़ना भी आ गया था क्या? I hope you understand the sentences. Repeat the sentences. Sentence number 1, everybody. Read and try to understand what you're reading. Number 1.
I could walk.
I could walk when I was 1, but I couldn't walk
until I was
until I was 3.
3.
How old were you when
2.
you could get
How
dressed?
old were you?
Were you when you could dress?
You
Get
could get
dressed.
dressed. Get dressed. I hope you can all get dressed now.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
That was a silly question. 3.
My daughter couldn't feed
Yeah.
My daughter
herself
couldn't
until
feed
she was
herself
4.
until she was 4.
4.
4.
I couldn't sleep last
I
night.
couldn't
My neighbor's TV was so loud.
Never Steve.
5.
I
I
couldn't
couldn't find you
I couldn't
yesterday.
find you
When,
yesterday.
where were you?
Where
Where
were
were
you?
you?
6.
When I
When
was
When
5,
I was
I could
5, I
speak
could
English
speak
and
English and
Russian.
Russian.
I
Could you
could
read
Could you read
English and
English and
Russian as
Russian as
well?
well?
Could you read English and Russian as well?
So what? Number 6. हम 5 साल की उम्र में बोलना सीख गए थे इंग्लिश और रशियन. बोलना आ गया था, पढ़ना भी आ गया था. Could you read English and Russian as well? Feed yourself. खाना खिलाना, खुद को खाना खिलाना, यानी खुद से खाना खाना. हम खुद 5 साल में हम खुद से खाना खा लेते थे. I could
feed
I
myself
could feed
My own
myself
family.
when I was 5.
when I
हमको आ गया था, 5 साल में आ गया था खाना खाना, खुद से खाना. I could feed myself when I was 5.
was 5.
Oh. which is more difficult? Khana khana ya pani pina? Which is more difficult? Which do you think children need to learn?
Both.
Khana khana. Na,
No, sir,
na
both.
Simran. Drinking water is easier. Mummy
They
puts
make
food in your
their
mouth, but you drink water with your own hand. It's
yeah.
easier. Putting the food requires to handle the spoon, right? Putting the food in your mouth the right way, otherwise you drop it as well. So feeding yourself is the challenge. Drinking water is not a challenge. You drink water by yourself. You
One
can do it.
more thing
You don't
was
need so much help.
sir.
Yes, Faizan?
One more thing is very challenging, sir. When you were in child, when you
Yeah.
were
Buttoning your shirt,
no, wash your potty.
washing. Oh, okay. Yeah. You have to learn. Yeah, mummy had to wash.
Yeah.
First couple of years, mummy had to wash, right? Yeah, true. You wouldn't take your hand there. But nowadays, it's so easy because they all have button system, turn it on, and shoo, it takes care of your business, right? You don't use your hand now, which is good. Flush, jet system, jet system we call it, right? I have told you already, if you don't have a jet in your toilet, at least get a hands-free. It looks like this.
Sir,
Hands,
don't
yes.
don't give him lend money. Don't
Come again.
don't lend him money.
Don't lend money. Okay, hands-free ये दिखा रहा है, hands-free ये करिए.
Pay me back.
Hands-free
Was asked 5 times.
and jet. Yeah, this is hands-free. Yeah. You put it in the toilet first, okay, hands-free. And if you, this is
Say,
not very expensive. No, I'm not talking about this. This you can only use if you have the Western style. This is what I'm talking about.
sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear
Sir,
me? Can you hear me? Hello?
but today your mic is not very good, sir.
How about now? Everybody, how do you hear me? The same or different? Hello, everybody.
Now
Are you
it's
all deaf?
good.
Same. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Deaf. My question, are you all deaf? She said, yes, sir. Okay, so my question is, you heard Faizan saying that he cannot hear me very clearly. How about the rest of you? How do you hear me?
Now it's very good, sir, but sometimes it's very difficult and
It's
very
flustering,
mm,
fluctuating.
yeah.
This is what I was talking about. Okay, you can use this. Just take this, press this button here, this lever, and it will throw water very fast. You can use it even in the Indian toilet, no problem. Okay, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. 300, 400 rupees, 500 rupees, 300 rupees. Okay, 400 rupees. Yeah, but it is such a good thing in the toilet. You don't need to use your hands. It's very bad to use your hands to wash yourself. Not nice. Okay. Now we are going to practice this. Yesterday we were talking about child prodigies. We talked about two child prodigies here, Mark and Cleopatra Stratton.
Nice.
What can Mark do?
Marco
What can Mark do?
playing guitar.
He can play the piano. English में sentence subject से शुरू होता है, बीच से नहीं, okay? What can Cleopatra Stratton do? She can sing very well. right? That's why they are child prodigies. Now, you have to complete this here. I am playing this audio. Listen and complete this information about Mark you. Ready? I'm playing the audio for you. Need some water.
5.11. Mark U, pianist.
He was born on January the 5th, 1999, in California, USA. He can play the piano and the cello. He could play the piano when he was 3. He could play the cello when he was 4. Last year, he played with Lang Lang, the famous Chinese pianist in New York. They were a big success.
One more time.
Tape script 5.11. Mark U, pianist.
He was born on January the 5th, 1999, in California, USA. He can play the piano and the cello. He could play the piano when he was 3. He could play the cello when he was 4. Last year, he played with Lang Lang, the famous Chinese pianist in New York. They were a big success.
Have you finished, or do you want me to play one more time?
Tape script 5.11. Mark U, pianist.
He was born on January the 5th, 1999, in California, USA. He can play the piano and the cello. He could play the piano when he was 3. He could play the cello when he was 4. Last year, he played with Lang Lang, the famous Chinese pianist in New York. They were a big success.
Done.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
number 1.
Yes.
He was born on
Born-
January
The
the 5th,
1999.
1999,
1999.
in
In
California,
California,
USA.
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 He can play the piano and the cello.
The piano.
And
3.
He could play the
he
He
could
could
play the piano when
He could
he
play the
when
piano
was
when he
just
was
3.
3.
was
4.
3.
He could play the
he
cello
could
He
when he
could
was
He
play
could
the
play the
cello
cello
when he
when
was 4.
he was
Very good. Last year, he played with Lang Lang,
the
the
famous
famous Chinese pianist
Chinese
in New York.
pianist in New York.
They were
They were
big.
a big success.
success.
Lots of people came to watch them. Lots of people.
Came to watch them.
They were a big success means what? Lots of people came to watch their performance. Okay. Whose performance?
Lang Lang and
And
Marky.
Mark you and Lang Lang.
Lang
Who is
Lang.
Lang Lang?
Lang
The
Lang
Chinese pianist.
is pianist.
Lang Lang is a
Famous Chinese
Lang Lang
pianist.
is
Famous-
a
The famous Chinese pianist.
famous Chinese pianist. वो द कॉपी नहीं करो, सबको रोक रहा हूँ, सब लोग वैसे ही तोता की तरह उस द को रिपीट किए जा रहे हैं. बातों को समझें, बातें बदलती हैं अलग अलग कॉन्टेक्स्ट में. वहां जैसे लिखा वो सही लिखा है. मैं पूछ रहा हूँ हु इज लैंग लैंग? लैंग लैंग इज ए
Famous Chinese
ये
pianist.
सीखा नहीं है तुमने
Chinese
बोलना,
pianist.
लेकिन अभी वहां द लिखा है तो द चिपकाया जा रहा है. फैजान भी वही गलती कर रहे हैं, तौसीफ आप भी कर रहे थे. ओके बेटा, जब कोई चीज आपको पहले सिखाई गई है एंड उसके बाद नई चीज, तो पहली चीज भूलो मत. You read that line. He played with Lang Lang, comma, the famous Chinese pianist. All right, good, very nice. My question is, who is Lang Lang?
Who is?
Lang Lang is a famous Chinese pianist. Lang Lang is a pianist. Lang Lang is he's very famous. He's from China. ये है आंसर. चिपकना नहीं बस द के साथ. हाँ. All right. That the is there because of the context, because of the flow. आपने नहीं पढ़ा. अच्छा पूछे कोई who is Vinay Shankar Soni, क्या बोलेंगे? He is a teacher. He is the teacher.
He is a teacher.
हमने ही बोला he is the teacher, right? By the way, the teacher भी होगा, बाद में पढ़ाएंगे. Next unit 6, okay? This is unit 5. In the next unit, we will talk about that use. The is the teacher. I'll tell you what it means, okay? In unit 6. Wait for that time. What am I talking about here? Lang Lang, Lang Lang, Lang Lang, and Mark you. Mark you.
What is common between Instagram, Netflix?
Now we can start the recording. Hello. Okay. Okay, let me pause this. That was the story. What do we know about this boy? What do we know about him? Let's talk about him. Archie was born in.
15
Where was he
January.
born? He was born in California.
January 15
Put
in
it down, please.
California.
This. Yeah. He was born in California, right? When was he born? On the 5th of January, 1999. Right. What can he do?
He can play.
Now, what can he do? क्या करना आता है? What is
Can play the
ability? He can play the piano and the cello.
Cello.
Okay. How old was he when he could play the piano?
He
When
was
he was only 3. What a talent. He could play the piano when he was only 3 years old. And he could play the cello when he was just 4 years old. Right. And last year they performed together. Who? Lang Lang
and Marquis.
They played together and they were a big success. Lots of people came to watch them. Okay. Now the next person. Who's the next person? Cleopatra? Okay, take a look at the information. Can you talk about Cleopatra, guys? Talk about Cleopatra. Or maybe everybody write sentences. Write sentences about Cleopatra. Look at the information. Write sentences. Okay, you can do this, right? Read the information, exercise 3, and write sentences. Number 1.
He was. She was born October 7th.
Good. Carry on like this, okay? Carry on. Make sentences with the information, guys. Make sentences.
He sings beautifully. When just 2 years old.
Guess what time I woke up today? 4:30. I woke up at 4:30 today because my wife was very angry with me yesterday. So I went to bed at 9:30 last night. She said, must go to bed on time and get up early. Okay, Nani ji. And then I followed her orders. I went to bed at 9:30 last night, woke up at 4:30 today and went jogging. I couldn't jog, I just walked. But I'm feeling great actually, you know, because I slept well, not very much, but still. Mm. All done? Have you finished writing? Okay. I like this color, green, better than blue. Sentence number 2, everybody.
She could sing. She could sing beautifully and she was just
No. When you're talking about her past time, you can't use can. Can is the present.
she could
Past
sing
is?
beautifully.
Yes. She could sing beautifully when she was just
Was
2 years
just
old. If you are talking about past, can you use can? You can't use can. You must use. If you are using past, you can't use is, am, are. You have to use the past form, was, were. A verb has a past form for the past tense. So you can say she could sing beautifully when she was just 2 years old. Okay, next. Number 3. Number 3. When she was 3, she made an album. Lavastra, Lavarsta de Triani.
She made an album when she was only 3.
Yeah, she made an album. What was the album called? La Varsta dei Triani. I don't know Varsta. I understand de Triani means of 3 years. Okay, La means the. I need to Google Varsta means what? Singer. I think Varsta means singer. Let's find out. Varsta meaning in English. Romanian, translating to English, Romanian, yes. Okay. Vasta means age. Okay. The Lavasta de Triani means the age of 3 years. What was her album called? The age of 3 years. Okay. Because she was 3 years old when she made this. So what did she call her album? What was the name of the album? Lavasta de Triani. Means the age of 3 years. Okay. Interesting. The age of 3 years. Okay. Number 4.
Her
Her
Album
album,
Was a
big
big success.
her album was
her album was a big
150,000 were sold around the world. उसका एल्बम जो बना ना वो सक्सेस था कि नहीं था? It was a big success. Okay, lots of people bought the album. Lots of people bought the album. Bought comes from buy. Lots of people bought the album. No, you need something, Mariba. If you are a singer, you make an album, a CD, and people buy the album, then you are successful, right?
Yes.
Okay. So one more time, please repeat. Number one, Cleopatra Stratton was born
she was born
on October the 7th, 2002 in Moldova, near
Moldova,
Romania.
Romania.
2, she could sing beautifully
fully when she was just
When
two.
she was just 2 years old.
Number 3, when
She
she
was
was just
She
3,
was just
she made
she
an
made an
She
album,
made an album.
She made
La
an
Vasta de
Vasta
Triani.
de Tarani.
4, her album
Her album
was a big success.
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 150,000 were sold around the world. Let's listen.
Tape script 5.12. Cleopatra Stratton, singer.
She was born on October the 7th, 2002 in Moldova near Romania. She could sing beautifully when she was just 2 years old.
Wow.
When she was 3, she made an album, La Vasta de Triani. Her album was a big success. 150,000 were sold round the world.
And understood everything? You understand all the information, right? Okay. I would like to show you who Cleopatra Stratton is. Cleopatra Stratton. Cleopatra Stratton. 3 years old. La Vasta de Triani. La Vasta de Triani. YouTube. Yeah. Exercise 4. Ask and answer questions about Mark and Cleopatra. So let's talk about Mark. When born? Make a question. When? Question.
When was he born?
When was born?
when he wa-
When was he born?
When was Mark born? Subject first. When was Mark born? Mark was born. Padhe na? Be verb will come first now. When was Mark born? When was Mark born? Answer.
He was born
On January the
January
5th,
5th,
1999.
1999. Okay. Same question about Cleopatra.
When was
Where
when
was Mark born?
When was Cleopatra born?
Be verb jumps before the subject. Be verb jumps before the subject in questions. So we are asking a question. When was Cleopatra born? When was she born? She was
born in
October the 7th,
2022.
2002. Next question.
How old?
Where was
Where was
Mark
Mark
How
born?
old was he?
Where was Mark born? He was born in California.
USA.
And next question about Cleopatra. Where was Cleopatra born?
Petra born. She was
He
Born in
was born in
born in
Moldova, near Romania.
Romania.
Next question.
How old was
How
he?
old? How
How
old was she?
was she when
All right.
uh, uh,
How old was Mark? How old was Mark when
was
he
Mark
could
he could
play
play
the right
piano?
answer? How old was Mark when he could play the piano? He was only 3 years old. Next question. How old was Mark when he could play the cello? Right?
Piano.
He was only
He was only 4.
very good. Next question about Cleopatra. How old was she
How old was she?
when she could
Could
sing?
sing
When she could sing?
when she
She
could
was just 2
She
years
was
old.
only 2.
he was
She was
just
only 2. No, she could sing when she was only 2.
2.
How old was she when she made the album La Varsta de
She was
Triani?
3
How old
years
was
old.
she?
She was
She was only 3 years
She was
old.
just 3 years old.
Okay, very good. So guys, ask and answer the questions with each other. Okay, practice. Exercise 4. I'm opening the rooms for you guys. Okay, I'm opening the rooms for you all. Practice with each other. Zeba, Kushi, join the breakout room later. Kushi, Zeba. Try, Kitu. How old was he? How old is he now? How old was he? कितनी उम्र में किया पास्ट की बात करें How old was he? क्या उम्र थी उसकी क्या उम्र थी उसकी How old was he? Listen to them. Listen to them. Join them. And you join them. You join them. Okay? Beta Sahil, put him in the middle so that he can hear you. Yeah. Yeah. He will sit in the middle. He can hear you better. Practice with your friend. He will only listen. He will only listen. She born or she was born? अरे आई के बारे में बात नहीं करनी है अभी. Relax. Just talk about them. And that's enough. Yep. That's enough. So everybody is here? Not everybody. Not everybody is here. Still coming. So first question about Mark you. First question about Mark you. When was Mark you born? Answer. 7th October. Are you serious? January the 5th. January the 5th. Very good. Next question about Mark you. Where was he born? Answer. Next question about Mark you. How old was Mark when he could play the piano? Next question about Mark. Play the cello. Now let's talk about Cleopatra.
Okay.
When was Cleopatra born? She was born on
7
October the 7th, 2002. Next question. Where was Cleopatra born? She was born
Moldova, near
Moldova,
Romania.
Romania. Next question. How old was Cleopatra when she could sing? She was only 2 years
Just
old.
2-year-old.
Next question. How old was she when she made an album, La Vasta de Triani? She was
already
very
4th-year-old.
good. Was her album a success?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it was. It was a big success.
It was biggest.
150,000 copies were sold. Okay, let's see. Two child prodigies we talked about. Pablo Picasso was also a child prodigy. Who? Pablo Picasso. Have you heard the name Pablo Picasso? Anybody? Have you heard his name? Pablo Picasso was also a child prodigy. Sachin Tendulkar was also a child prodigy. Lata Mangeshkar was also a child prodigy. Michael Jackson was also a child prodigy. Pablo Picasso was also a child prodigy. Read and complete the conversation about him. Read and complete the conversation. Take a look at this photo. Do you see this photo first? It's a music, it's a art gallery. It's an art gallery. And do you see these two people, husband and wife? They're looking at a painting. They're looking at a painting and they're talking. This conversation is between these two, husband and wife. Okay. Read the conversation, everybody. Read the conversation slowly, carefully, and complete it. Complete the conversation. Hey, look at that painting. It's a Picasso. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Where was Picasso born? In Malaga. Ah, so he was Spanish. Yes, he
Yes, he was.
was.
What
Four.
were his parents? No.
Parents
Was.
is plural.
Yes.
Was his
Parents
parents
is
rich?
plural.
Were his
Were his parents rich?
Well,
Well, they
rich. They were rich.
they weren't rich and they weren't
they were
poor.
poor.
Well, they weren't rich and they weren't poor. Na अमीर थे, ना गरीब थे. They weren't rich and they weren't poor. His father, Don Jose, was a painter and a professor of art. His mother, Doña Maria, was a housewife. So, number 9.
Was so good at drawing when he was in
Positive sentence follow. Good at. I can good at maths. Which is
So, good Picasso.
my question.
Sir, your voice is not good.
Bhai Sahab, now.
Yes, sir,
Now,
it
Bhai
is
Sahab.
good.
it's good.
Okay, Bhai Sahab.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'll hold it in my hand now. Okay. So I am good at cricket. I good at cricket. I can good at cricket. Which is correct?
I am good.
I am good at cricket. My wife is good at cooking. You are good at nothing. All right. You're good at making excuses. Bahane banana. You're good at making excuses. अभी बताओ बेटा आप यहाँ क्या होना चाहिए? Number
So,
9.
was Picasso good at drawing when he was young?
Okay, the rest of you. Number 9. Padma.
Was Picasso good at drawing when he was young?
Was Picasso good at drawing when he was young? I taught you I am good at. Am matlab be verb na? So past mein I was good at. Question mein extend step by step, step by step, step by step. Okay. Was Picasso good at drawing when he was young? अगर आपको पूछना है सर आप बचपन में पढ़ाई में अच्छे थे सर, ask me. Studies. When हम मेरे से बात करें भाई. Yeah, good. Tasif, well done. Everybody, ask me. Sir, आप पढ़ने में अच्छे थे बचपन में? What's the problem? Start. Sir, were you
good at school?
Good at studies?
Sir, very good at bowling.
Come again?
Very good
Padma?
at bowling.
Was I good at bowling?
No, sir. Were you
Were you good at what? Was I good at what?
bowling?
Bowling.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. I was good at bowling. I am still okay. I think so. This is my opinion. Okay. Maybe you will hit me 6 sixes and say, sir, you're nothing. But then I will say Stuart Broad also was hit for 6 sixes, but he's a good bowler, right? Okay. I am very good at bowling. Okay. Some boys are very good at talking to girls. Some boys are Very good at talking to girls. Are you one of them? Yes, you are. I know. Okay. Some girls are very good at doing makeup. They're very good at. Yeah. They are expert, no? If if they do your makeup, you will look very good because they're good at doing makeup. Okay. Do you have any family members who's good at doing makeup?
Yes, sir. My sister was good at math.
Your sister is good at doing makeup.
Yes, sir.
So when you get married, Padma, she will do your makeup?
Yes, sir.
Good. All right. All right. So the question here is, was Picasso good at drawing when he was young? When he was young means when he was a child. When he was young means when he was young means when he was a child. Yeah. Oh, yes. He was a child prodigy. Number 11. He was a 12. हिंदी में क्या बोल रहे होगे? हिंदी में क्या बोल रहे होंगे बच्चों? He draw before he speak. क्या बोल रहे होंगे?
Before
हिंदी में क्या बोल रहे होंगे?
बोलने से पहले वो ड्राइंग करता था।
बोलने से पहले उसको ड्राइंग करना आ गया
था।
होता, राइट? अब बोलो, स्किल की बात हो रही है, कैन की बात होगी, कैन पास्ट में होता है। हाँ हाँ। नंबर 12, he was draw मतलब बेटा, can is not the past.
He could draw.
He could draw before he could
Speak.
before he could speak. He could draw before he could. उसको बोलने से पहले ड्राइंग करने आ गई थी। He could draw before he could speak. His first word
was
lapis. His first word was lapis, which is Spanish for pencil. Normally, children, what is the first word of children? Mummy, ammi, mama, right? First word for children is mummy. His first word was pencil. Don't you find it funny? A child first word pencil. I find it very funny. A child will say pencil. A child will not say pencil. I think it is just a story. It is not real. Okay. But child will not say pencil first. The child will say mummy first. Okay. But he could draw before he could speak. Natural talent, child prodigy. Children normally say mummy, papa in 1 or 2 years of age, but he could draw before he could speak. शादाब को बोलने से पहले लड़की पटाना आ गया था. You know? Shadab he could what? He could woo a girl before he could speak. Right? अच्छा. फैज को क्या आ गया था? क्या करने से पहले क्या आ गया था? बताओ फैज. इसको ना खाना खाने से पहले पैसा कमाना आ गया था. He could earn money before he could feed himself. Just kidding. These are silly sentences, okay? But I hope you guys understand. ये चीज आ गया उस चीज के पहले. He could draw before he could speak. All right. His first word was lapis, which is Spanish for pencil. Wow, what a story. I'm gonna share this audio file with you guys. Listen to this, okay? We have the audio file for this.
Sir,
I hope you guys are enjoying the lessons a lot because you're learning to speak new things every day. Practice is important, everybody, okay? If you don't practice, then you will find it difficult to remember what you're studying. You're studying so many new things every day. Now, let me call the attendance quickly. Today is the 23rd. Padma is present. Shazia absent. Ruksar present. Arsalan still absent. Athar Noman absent. Atif Iqbal present. Safdar absent. Faizan Ahmad absent. Sahil Bihari present. Faizan Ali present. Khushbu is present. Nausheen still absent. Sharik Ahmad present. Abhinav absent. Mudassar present. Ganpat Roy finally present. Tausif present. Nayyar absent. And Sayyid Faz. Faz is here. Rishikesh is absent today. Okay. Sonu Nigam absent. Saim is present. Mehran. Mehran was here. Mehran. Musharraf. Musharraf. Musharraf was here. These guys have just left. Ranjit absent. Shadab present. Simran present. Zeba present. Rasheen absent. Sweetie absent. She messaged that she's in the hospital. Her bhabhi has had a baby. Azhar present. Faraz absent. Lalla absent. Moon present. Mudassar Alam present. Masam absent. All right, everybody, we will meet tomorrow. Just revise the lessons. I've shared the audio file with you. Practice. Yes. Yes,
Hello?
Padma. Yes,
Yes.
Padma.
My sister's daughter first word was Tataya.
Your sister's
Daughter
daughter
first word was Tataya.
passport.
First word, sir. First word.
First word was Tataya. First word was Tataya.
Yes, sir.
And Tataya means
My father, sir.
your father. Okay. Oh, really? Unbelievable. Nanaji. Okay. Grandfather, right? Padma?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Grandfather.
sir.
Tataya. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So this is important. When you listen to something, you'll connect with it. You talk about yourself. Padma said her sister's daughter's first word was Tataya. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. Revise your lessons. Okay. Practice hard. See ya. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.